This is the oldest quilt in the show. This was made by Mary Etta Crow and is a log cabin quilt pattern, which is a pretty standard quilt pattern. The idea is that it sort of represents like an aerial view of the log cabin, and the center square is the hearth. It's usually red. In this case, I don't know. Some of her velvets look like maybe they might have been red and it's just faded. I don't think so. I think she just kind of did her own spin on it, which is totally cool. Pretty common quilt pattern. But this one is another quilt that made that sort of overland trip west to Oregon, or in this case, ultimately Washington State. Was then kept in the family and passed down for several generations before winding up at the Washington State Historical Society, and it's in remarkably good shape. I mean, it's faded in places and has had some repairs done on it, but considering how old it is, it's in pretty great shape, and clearly was significant to the family that it was held on to through all of those generations and kept up. So. Really great to have that in the show as well. Most likely, we're pretty sure the history of the provenance on this one, it was made by Alma Rosenberg to give to a woman who was providing her child care in Skagway, during the gold rush period. And I just think that's so cool, that it was made, by one woman for another woman who was providing this important service that, allowed them to kind of keep the community running and their daily lives running, and, just sort of showing that interdependence and reliance on one another, and those bonds that women build with one another. Also in really amazing shape, given its age.
Yeah.
So,
it's got yellow.
Yeah, there's like a few little flecks of, staining and whatnot, but really in great shape.